and welcome to my 70th Angel vs. Devil Life podcast. I gotta be honest, it wasn't easy growing up as a girl in the 90s and thousands. Who am I kidding us it was? But that's because we had hope. We had hope from the men of our childhoods, and we didn't even know that they were helping us. 1 minute, boys were just there so we can make our move on them. The next, they are unbelievable, handsome gods that make you want to fall down to your knees and thank God that He made them. What a good idea. Boys went from useful to attractive in a matter of moments, and we had males that had made that transition easier for us. So here we are, my top 10 hottest nostalgic animated males. Number 10, Brock from Pokemon. With his beautiful black hair and his delicious hot chocolate skin, Brock was a Pokemon trainer along with Ash and Misty, who gathered Pokemon and trained them for the Pokemon events. Now, some may argue that it's James who captured their hearts, but nope. Who really captured our hearts? Well, it was none other than that delicious hot chocolate Brock. Number 9. The Wizard from Tom and Jerry and the Magic Ring. Now, I only saw that movie once when I was 11 years old, but when it came on, there was one character that made us girls just, and that was of course the Wizard. The Wizard was the owner of Tom, and when he went to the market, he asked Tom to look after his ring while he was gone. And when he came back, Tom had his ring, but it was on his finger, and the Wizard angrily shot him out. Now, even though we only did see the Wizard's cape, and we didn't see his face, he knew exactly how to make us 90s girls feel alive and good about ourselves. Number 8. That Dean from the Iron Giants. Sorry for that long pause. Being a beatnik and a sculptor, Dean really knew how to make our hearts while he was helping Hogarth get rid of the giant from the Dean actually helped Hogarth hide the giant from from Ken Mansley. And he did an awesome job of it. And he actually did assist, and the giant actually did assist Dean on a few projects. There's no doubt about it. Dean is a sculptor that actually knew how to make us girls. Number 7. Elmer J. Fudd from Looney Tunes. Even though Looney Tunes did come out in the 60s, it was around when us 90s girls were born, and thank God for that, because, okay, sure, we all had different characters that we loved, which were our favorites, but we can't deny that Elmer J. Fudd was the one. Whether he was hunting down Bugs Bunny or Daffy Duck, and being the assistant manager to Sylvester, or maybe taking care of his boss, Mr. Crabtree's dog, who thinks that he's a human. Emma Fudd really knew how to make our lives better with that beautiful bald head and his speech impairment. He could hunt us down in a day, even though we are not Wesley rabbits. Number 6. Jackin, Mega Man, but Mega Man. Being the computer nerd, being that computer game in that game Mega Man actually did know a lot about the computer world. Being as though he is actually a computer game and he really knew how to. It was one of those shows that actually made us glad that we watched it every single time when it was on. And what else can I say? There's no other computer game than Mega Man. Number 5. Senior Junior from Kim Possible, with his black hair and his delicious tan skin and his Jamaican accent. Senior Junior was definitely a heartthrob, and heck, he was actually trying to be a heartthrob too, with his beautiful legs and his accent, mind you. And his muscles. He really knew how to make us girls scream with delight. Even though he was in other episodes, and even though he was the villain, Senior Junior was one of those villains that we just couldn't help but admire. Number 4. Vince LaSalle from Recess. Okay, I am so sorry, guys, but I have to add dark colored characters on this list, because I support all sorts of lives. Hashtag all lives matter. Vince LaSalle was an athlete, and he looked awesome in that jersey. Even though he was hanging out with DJ and Gus and Mikey and Gretchen and Spinelli, Vincent really knew a lot about sports, and that he was an athlete himself. And I love the fact that he actually defended himself from Lawson. Vincent LaSalle. He could play with my heart any day. So before we move on to the other 3, let's recap. We have Brock, we have the Wizard, we have Dean, Amber Fudd, Mega Man, Senior Junior, and Vince. And now it's time for our number 3. So here he is. Oh, sorry guys, that's my phone. Number 3. Oh, sorry guys, I have to fix this. So number 3. So I'm trying to think of a third. Kristoff from Frozen. being in love with Anna in the first one and married to her, Kristoff was a ice launcher, and that he liked to work with ice. Alongside him is his reindeer Sven. Kristoff really knew how to thaw our frozen hearts, and that he was, even though he was the love of our hearts, he was the love of Anna's heart too. And at the end, he actually got to work as the royal ice minister or something like that. But whatever it was, he was sure beautiful. He sure beat Hans out, I can tell you that much. Kristoff, the Iceman of our hearts. Number 2. Eric and Aladdin from Aladdin and the Little Mermaid. I put these two men on the list together because, let's face it, I love a man with black hair. Even though they didn't have dark skin though. Eric and Aladdin certainly knew how to be the princes of our hearts. Now, some of you might be wondering why I didn't put the Beast, aka Adam, on the list. Well, it's not that I didn't find him attractive, which I do, but he just didn't have black hair. And that earns you like 15 other points. So Adam, nothing personal. Now, these 3 men were all there for the same reason. They wanted to find a girl, all wanted to capture the love of the 3 princesses, Belle, Ariel, and Jasmine. But it was Aladdin and Eric who managed to get married with Ariel and Jasmine. Oh yes, Eric and Aladdin, the Disney princes and lovers of our hearts. And even though I did say that lots of times, I do apologize. Number 1, and the number 1 hottest nostalgic animated male is Peter Pan from Peter Pan. Being the 1953 movie, Peter Pan was the lost boy leader. When he moved to Neverland, he actually stayed as a child, and let me just tell you, we found him with his skin tight outfit and his good little hat and his shoes. Peter Pan had certainly been the lost boy that we all loved, fighting Captain Hook and the pirates and rescuing Tiger Lily and being with the Lost Boys and being with John, Michael, and Wendy and playing alongside Tinkerbell. We can all agree that if he could crow and fight pirates and rescue Indians and hang out with Lost Boys and do all that kind of stuff, No doubt about it. He really did deserve the #1 spot. Peter Pan. The #1 hottest, nostalgic animated male. And those are the top 10 animated males. If you enjoyed the video, thanks for watching. If you got aroused by any of this, they're not real. For God's sake, seek some help. Thanks for watching. Until next time.